I'm Danny Coker, but you can call me the Count. Welcome to Ultimate Rides. In this episode, we get down and dirty with 5 ultimate off-road rides that dare to defy the limits of their terrain.
It's fully amphibious. It can get you pretty much anywhere.
We take to the water.
People can't believe what they're seeing.
Race across the desert.
It's a 40-year-old car that's not originally designed to drive on this terrain. Just so good. Oh, man.
And push these vehicles to the absolute limit.
This thing drives like a tank.
When you're struggling to cross terrain, it will get you where you want to go.
When you're operating off-road, nothing stands in your way. Some say there's nothing like the freedom of the open road, but sometimes you just gotta go beyond where the road takes you. That's right, brothers and sisters, where we're going, we don't need roads. You got 1,000 miles of desert to race across, and less than a day to do it. You need an ultimate ride. What would you choose? Wait, what? Whoa, that's insane.
I love driving this thing. It's amazing. You get in the car, you think it's a really old bug, and then suddenly it just comes to life. It's roaring, it's fast. I mean, it's just incredible. Driving this car, the Baja 1000, can be summed up for me in one word: exhausting. You are out in the middle of nowhere, and there's a constant barrage of input and stimulus. So good. Just so good.
This is Tope, the Baja Buggy. This custom VW off-road Beetle was built for one of the toughest races in the world.
The Baja 1000 is the longest point-to-point off-road race in the world that's run in a single day. And we decided to race it because we just really like a challenge. The Beetle's perfect for this race because of the preparation that goes into it. The car's very well prepared. It's able to get through a lot of the really difficult terrain that takes out other vehicles.
The VW Beetle has more wins at the Baja 1000 than any other ride. This is one of the most grueling and demanding races on the planet. Josh and his team have built an absolute animal. This 1970 Class 11 may look pretty standard, but under the shell, Tope is built to be brutal.
I wanted to be a part of this project because it's always been a dream of mine to race the Baja 1000.
A good ride is only as good as its team.
And in 2017, I was part of the chase crew. I think Tope is an ultimate ride because every single component on it was purpose-built by the team to race the Baja 1000.
My role on the team is co-driver, graphic designer, art director, and webmaster. I wanted to be involved with this project because it seemed like one of the greatest adventures a person could have. You could be doing anything on any given day. One day you could be fabricating a mount for the traction boards, and another day you could be wiring up the communications.
So, what does it take to build a Baja Buggy?
We started with the stock Volkswagen motor. We've lifted the suspension using all stock components, put a fuel cell, breathing, new shocks, a GPS, a radio, and all new lighting so you can see in the night. It's a very stock-looking car on the outside, but there's a few features that give it away, like these big, beefy skid plates and these really bright lights. And in addition to that, the Volkswagen logo is blessed by the Pope.
Blessed by the Pope? Holy horsepower! You've got yourself an ass-kicking ride.
This might not be the fastest car, but it sure is capable. It'll go up nearly anything you point it at. One of the interesting things about racing Baja is that it's not just the race car that's going down the course. There's a lot of people that have to bring fuel and tools along the course because it's very remote.
Think this bug is badass on the outside? Check this out.
When you get into the interior of the car, you get into the GPS and the radio. You've got an intercom, and you've got air that pumps into your helmet so you can breathe in the dust. The custom dash gives you all types of information from gauges and switches. You can turn on each light individually and all of the things that makes it so that you can continue on in the race. It's hard to put a price tag on a vehicle like this. Every time you come back from a race, you're constantly rebuilding and replacing everything, so it's really just throwing money out the window.
It feels great to be sitting in the car again. Every time I drive this thing, I'm always amazed at how capable it is.
The disadvantages of driving this car is driving this car. It's a 40-year-old car that's mostly stock. It is not originally designed to drive on this terrain, so everything has its limitations. The suspension, the brakes, the power, everything. It's quite a bit of fun to drive. So good. Just so good. Oh, man.
Every time we race this car, we learn something new. So the next step for this thing is to continue to develop it and make it better so that we can race it in Baja 1000.
Man, I think you and Topay will be more than ready to take the Baja by storm. From Desert Beetle to Rural Rat Rod.